Can you share a traumatic moment in your life, how you felt, and what you learned from that experience?
Well, I witnessed personally, like in my
Something
life,
that affected you.
something affected me. Um, well, I'm gonna say probably like me losing my best friend. Couple traumatic times in my life, I could say. Um, I lost one of my friends like maybe like 10 years ago almost. Um, he took his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy because on his birthday, he something happened. Something happened came on his birthday to help me out in my hood. So that happened. You know what I mean? I had a personal problem. He came and helped me out, whatever. And then and then my birthday was a month after, so we went to link up or whatever. But I had curved it because he wanted to come around the area, and it just wasn't a good time because what we had just did. So it was just like, all right, let me just, we're gonna link up, but not right now. You know what I'm saying? And then a month later, I obviously was going through something. And then a month later, he took his life. You know what I'm saying? And it was bad because at the time he was smoking K2. Parole was beaching on him. They was ready to send him back. He didn't want to go back to jail. He was a target in jail from police. Police used to bother him because he was a little boy, looking like a little boy. So they wanted to harass him all day because he looked like a little boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I remember, when he passed, I came back from the bar that night. I was with my baby mom. So I came back from the bar. My boy hit me up on Instagram. He was like, yo. And first he had told me that he had got hit by a car. So I was like, wow, like what? Like it was a hit and run. They don't know. I was like furious, obviously. So later on that day, that was that night, that later that day, I found out that his funeral was that day, which was crazy because he died that Monday and that Thursday was a funeral. I'm like, what? So I went down to Brooklyn and I seen a lot of my people from jail. We all together with, and one of my boys pulled me aside and told me like, yo, he took his life, yo. He didn't even get hit by no car. He told me what happened later on the train tracks. So like, LIR. I was like, so like that, like when I tell you that was trauma for me, like my daughter's name is basically named because of him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted a piece of him hold on to. So his name was AJ, so I named her Ava. You know what I mean? So
Did you pull anything from this that benefits you moving forward?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, if you got a problem, sometimes you gotta tell your peoples. You gotta tell somebody. Can't look, can't run to just, you can't run to the bag and just, or to your drug of choice. I feel like that's gonna help the pain.
Yeah.
Just how you gotta let that stuff out, cause
Crying.
crying.
Yeah.
Yo, just sometimes you'll just tell the person, yo, man, I'm hurt today, bro. You're a man, I'm a man, I'm hurt today, bro. It's not wrong saying that. I don't gotta hide that. You know what I mean?
Well, how often do you come?
How you feel? Gucci. Every day ain't Gucci, man.
Every
You know what I mean?
definitely not.
So it's like, yo, so there's nothing wrong with telling somebody, yo, man, I'm having a bad day, bro. And if you look at me different, then you know what? Forget you. You know
That's what I was gonna ask you. How often do you come across a guy? You seem open enough, but most people I bump into, they're like, nah. Like you said,
I could be like that too. I could be saying somebody be like, yeah, I'll be like that, But sometimes your sixth sense tells you these things. You can tell. Like it's crazy. Your body will tell you something. Like there's no messing around. Yo, what's up? You good? Sometimes your body like, man, this guy's playing games, man. He be alright. He got front. You know what I mean? Like, but your sixth sense tell you these things. So it's like, whatever.
how important is mental health in speaking to a therapist? Have you ever spoken to someone?
Yeah. I spoke to a therapist. After doing 10 years in prison, you're gonna speak to a couple therapists. You know what I'm saying? I fell out of a window when I was a little kid, so yeah, I spoke to a therapist growing up. You know what I'm saying? I see a child psychologist and all that. Yeah, it's good to talk to them. I don't, to tell you the truth, I think it's better when you're young talking to a therapist opposed to when you're older, because it's like what they're gonna really tell you. They don't know nothing about your life. They're just telling you what they see.
But
when you're a kid, it's like
you
more
said
open.
earlier, sometimes you just gotta let it out.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta let it out.
Maybe even if it's just for that, they're not gonna give you nothing. At least you let it out. It's not in you no more. Maybe. Okay. What's a decision you made that altered your life for the better or worse?
I think when I decided to stop selling dope, was hurtful because I made a lot of money, but the resentment and just the fact that like that could kill like people close to you. You know what I mean? You got it's like something like, would you rather have your friend here or
Some money.
you know, or some money? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like that, like what I did kill my friend or like
No, but
like
in
that.
general, that
But when you're
drug.
doing something you in that lane and somebody dies from that, it's like you gonna still keep selling that?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like just look what it just did. So imagine what it's doing to everybody else's family. So like yeah, you know, that was like a decision I had to make for better or for worse. And I feel like I made it for better. Even though sometimes you know,
Well,
honestly,
that should call you. That money
it
might call you
cold,
like, yo, but
you miss it. I miss, you know, you see, I miss going to club.
But your
Doing,
morals stop you.
and honestly, that's what counts more at the end of the day.
Hells yeah.
Your morals. And you know, I'd rather have a $10 sweatsuit on, but my chest puffed out good, than having a $2,000 Gucci suit, but I
You
look
feel
like a
like shit on
crackhead.
the inside.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't want that. That's no good. Like, I don't believe in materialistic things.
I like that. I like that. What do you hope the future has in store for you? Let's say 20 years from
Um, I hope, for one, I hope great health. Um,
now. Most important, nothing
most
matters if you
important,
don't
health.
have that.
Yeah, don't have great health. It don't matter. Health. Hopefully, my spirits be open more by then. As far as spirituality, whatever. You know, definitely, hopefully, if not super successful, at least like enough where my daughter's successful, comfortable, and good. Like what we have, and we ain't breaking our necks. You know, like this the '80s. You know what I'm saying? I want, you know, hopefully in 20 years from now, I'm not, you know, one, you know, depending on eating off the system, you know what I mean, off the welfare and stuff like that, you know, having my own and not worrying about owing anybody or working, you know, just working for somebody. I don't want that. Like, I hope in the next 20 years, hopefully I have my own stuff, which I should, you know what I mean? I have it now, so I should have it later, you know what I mean? I have my own stuff, my own business, and to teach my daughter rights and wrongs, you know what I mean? And teach her to be a better person to the world, you know?
Okay. Do you believe in God? If yes, who or what do you think it is?
You ever seen Thundercats as a kid?
Of course.
I remember Jogger.
Yeah.
That to me, I always thought that was God growing up.
Yeah.
Jogger,
It's a big
ass gay, you know, and the beard is like, oh, gotta be, because you think, you know, Santa Claus comes from North Pole, why not, right? Joggers in the air. I used to always think that was God. Yeah, I believe in God. I'm not really a spiritual person like that. I don't, I don't knock Muslims, Christians, Catholic. I don't knock none of that stuff. But I know nothing about that, and I don't want to know nothing about that. I just want to know what's the right and wrong things to do. You know what I mean? Honestly, I don't care about none of the other stuff. I want to know how can we stop hurting each other. What's the better for things instead of just always got to be a problem, always got to be a fight. Oh, if we can't fix it, I got to get a gun. I want to know how to resolve things. I want to live better. There's more to this world than just having problems or hating on the next person.
Let me ask you a quick question. It has nothing. I don't have this question here, but listening to you talk, and I only know Pete. Does your music reflect the things you've talked about here, or do you put out that same energy that most rappers in the Bronx put out?
Nah, I talk about different stuff in my music. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get twisted. I talk about the same stuff they talk about.
I'm saying because if I was to go off our conversation now, I'd be like, yeah, he's a conscious rapper. Because everything you've said has been positive forward. Yeah. Like most people, if you ever watch these episodes, you'll hear there's a lot of glass half empty, where you seem to have a more positive.
I mean, on the music tip, I'm like, how can I say it? It's like LeBron and Kobe. Like they're such on the court. They're like mean guys, right? Animals. Like off the court, they're such humble people and great people to their community, to the world. You know what I'm saying? It's the same situation. I feel like it's like for me, like I'm like in my world, I want to be the best of what I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, so in other words, I'm gonna rap. I'm gonna say some things. It might make you uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? But I'm rapping is my skills. But at the end of the day, you hear the flow. You're like, yo, this dude's nice though. You might not like what I say, but you like how I said it.
How do you feel about? Because you just said when it comes to hustling, you said you didn't feel comfortable selling dope because it could kill or somebody hurts the families and everything.
Yeah, I mentioned that in my music.
I'm saying, do you consider that same reasoning when you're because I might have heard a couple of your joints, but I I can't recall. Do you keep that same energy, like? Because it's easy to talk about block.
Yeah.
It's easy to talk about guns because it's easy.
Nah, yeah.
It sounds great. It sounds tough and everything, but the damage that it does overall for the community. And I'm a hip hop head. I'm from Patterson.
Yeah.
So it's weird for me to talk this way. But growing up, you change and you look things different. You look at things differently.
Yeah.
But like you had that mentality when it comes to selling dope. But when you hustle stories about gang life, let's say, I'm not saying that's what it is, but most likely it's street shit, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel the same way, knowing because it has the same influence?
Mm.
And the majority of artists are on that right now. There's not too many conscious.
I think everywhere is a little different when it comes to what's hard in the streets. You go to Cali, the gangbang is the thing. You go to New York, the block hustlers is the thing. You go to Florida, the scammers are the thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's suited to whatever it is. I think for the most part, I just think like me, like I'm just like how can I say? I just want to like my character, like my music is like I'm a character. You know what I'm saying? I'm a character. Like if you know music, you know I'm a character. Like you know what I mean? But my message is still there though. Like I don't shy from that. Like what I'm telling you right now, you're gonna hear that in my music. Okay. You know what I mean? It's a guarantee, but maybe not the way you want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? It might be in a part. It might just be a jewel drop, and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna try you. I'm gonna throw something out there. It's gonna
spark something.
It's food for thought. You do the dishes. I'm gonna give you one of those, and I could be talking about the club, and I'll still drop a jewel and make you think real quick. I love that. Like you always have to teach people in your music. You know what I'm saying? And I think with a lot of music today, they don't get to teach.
No.
They just put music, whatever, the jazz sound, the little sounds, whatever, and they call that music. And it's like, it is music, but it's not really rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like rap music is a message. So I think, yeah, you know, like when you hear my new tape, I drop on the 23rd. You're gonna hear the difference between what I'm rapping and what the rest of the world's rapping.
The regular shit, the main shit right now.
Basically.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the LGBTQ community? And have you had any experience with the opposite sex or any variation of human?
I don't even know what that is.
The LGBTQ, what is it?
Lesbian,
gay, bi, trans.
Honestly, I love all people. I don't get to know that. What can I say? If I say, hey man, you know, I'm gay bad, say some, it's like you're wrong. If I say something good, I'm wrong. Like you don't, you know, they're humans. Like, you know, I don't care. It's like, you know what I mean? Just do you. Just do it over there. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. Just, you know, saying, you know, it's like, yo, just respect. Like, they're human beings. What am I?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I came from California. I just came from LA. That's the whole, in Los Angeles, that's where a lot of gay community, right? I mean, they're humans. Like, what can you, really? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's because they're everywhere. I mean, the topic is everywhere. So I asked because you might have cousins who dealing with stuff.
My godfather was, God bless him, he just passed away. He was gay.
And I'm sure he dealt with a lot of drama.
A lot of drama, yeah. You know what I mean? To the point that we've even talked for 20-some years, not because he was gay, there was other reasons, but it was like, you know, it's like, might as well, you gay, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I never wanted to ever be like that, because when he came and told me when I was a little kid, and he told me straight up, like, do you know, that, you know, broke it down to me, like, you see me with my boyfriend, I'm like, yeah, too much info for that, you know what I mean? But he explained to her, because he didn't want me to go outside, and the kids would tell me.
Okay, that was
cool. You know what I'm saying? So he explained to me, like, you know what this is, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And I was like, and you know, he broke it down to me, like, you know, not like that, but he just told me, like, hey, you know, you had a girlfriend? It's like that. Like, oh, I was like, so who's the girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? That was the next question. It was like, whatever, you know, and it's like, he was honest about it, so I respected it, and that was my first time I understood what that was. So when it came about, and I seen how people put it on TV, I'm like, it's nothing like that. It was nothing. There's nothing like that. How y'all present on TV was really nothing like that. Like
it was selling it like some comedy shit.
Seen Philadelphia?
Yeah.
See how they did that? Like come on,
that's
like,
what they
targeted. Like, oh, there's only people downtown. And people like, nah, it wasn't people just like that. You got people, normal people like me and you, door closed and will rape somebody. That's gay too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. it happens. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? That's not. It's rather them than me. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. I don't have no problem with it. Like I never. Honestly, I don't. Don't they have all the money? Like you know what I'm saying? I mean, like realistically, like who cares? Like